Before I ever made $1, I would spend 10 plus hours a day playing RuneScape in my bedroom. I barely got up except for to use the restroom, get some more chips from the pantry, or to bother my sister. That was my summer routine until one summer my stepdad said, dude, it's time to get a job. What was I supposed to say? No, I'm gonna spend the summer playing RuneScape again. Get off my back. I couldn't do that, and so we began doing interview practice in the basement. It was the summer before junior year, and normally the summer would have been wasted behind a screen, but this year it was different. I got a job at the local movie theater and I was making $7.25 an hour. I remember getting my first check after 2 or 3 weeks of working and it was only $134. And I remember thinking to myself, dude, seriously? 3 weeks, almost every day here, and I got $134. That's amazing. I was sitting in physics class and one of my classmates asked me, yo, you know who Gary Vee is, right? And I was like, nah, who is that? He's like, dude, you gotta go check out Gary Vee. Look him up when you get home. And of course I looked him up and it's this guy who's telling me
you're gonna die
and that anything is possible and that I can DM LeBron James and maybe get an opportunity to work with him. As long as I worked hard enough, anything is possible. And so that really lit a fire inside me. I started taking pride in my work. Most people at the movie theater would run one station, like selling tickets or popcorn or cleaning the theaters. I would do all three. I would float between them all. I worked doubles. I picked up extra shifts. I even came in early at 6 a.m. to unload the delivery before a full day of work, just so I could get in a couple extra hours and just outwork everybody around me. But I wasn't alone. There was another guy there with me, a year younger than me, and he was very similar in energy to me. Him and I were both just feeding off of each other's energy to work harder, to do better, clean theaters faster, sell more rewards cards than anybody else, pick up extra hours. And this made the grind 10 times easier, having somebody that was like-minded, grinding in the same direction as you. Now, earning money is one thing, but saving it is something completely different. This is where most people fall off. I was living at home, so there was no bills. And I made a rule. If I don't need it, I'm not spending it. Just because I have money now doesn't mean that I'm going to the mall buying shoes, buying new clothes, going out to eat, buying smoothies and everything. I was very disciplined. If my mom was not buying Chipotle for dinner, I was not eating it. I was eating what we have at home and I was saving money. I started thinking of everything I bought as an exchange of how many hours it takes to get that. So if I was buying a Chipotle bowl for 10 bucks and I make $7.25 an hour, I work an hour and a half to get that Chipotle bowl. Wasn't worth it to me. Sometimes coworkers would even pay me to take their shifts. I would get 40 bucks from them plus the pay I'm getting from the theater, double dipping, shipping it all straight to the savings account. I wasn't saving for something specific, but I started to think that maybe I could save $10,000 before I left high school. And so I locked in. I set this big goal for myself. And then by April of 2017, after checking my bank account every single day, staying locked in, picking up as many shifts as I possibly could, I hit it. $10,000. I told my parents and basically nobody else. I didn't want people in my finances, and it wasn't about showing off. It was about the discipline and the grind and achieving a big goal that I set for myself. I remember my dad telling some family members or friends about it one time, and I felt this surge of pride. And I remember feeling like I wanted to be a young guy that was achieving more than is usual for his age. And that was defining for me when I was younger. That 10K changed everything. That 10K allowed me to buy a MacBook for college. That 10K allowed me to even pay for college. That 10K allowed me to take risks and have a little bit of a cushion so that I had, room to breathe if anything emergency came up. Since then, I've invested in many different things. I've had a bunch of different side hustles. I've since quit working full-time for anybody. I work full-time for myself. It's all because of this grind that I learned by going and getting gritty at literally $7.25 an hour. I would ride my bicycle across town to get to work so that I didn't have to pay for an Uber or wait for somebody to come pick me up. So if you're watching this and you feel stuck, you probably are. But it's okay because it's not hard to get unstuck. You just have to first set a target of where you're going, then take small steps every day in the right direction, and eventually those will compound and you will see yourself in a much different place. Get a job, hit the gym, stop blowing money on dumb shit. One shift, one meal, one decision is all it takes, and that compounds over the long term. If you're ready to level up, subscribe to the channel, and I also have a free group for men that are interested in health, wealth, mindset, and mission. If you're interested in growing in those areas of life, it's free. I have courses in there about content creation, about how to make and save money, all kinds of other great stuff. So link is in the description as well as the first comment. Go check that out, and I'll see you guys on the next video. Peace.